this morning's edition of The Buck Starts Here. Secrets to save you money and aggravation when you travel. Wendy Perrin is Condé Nast Traveler magazine's consumer travel expert, and she's the author of a new book, which is called Secrets Every Smart Traveler Should Know. The perils endured by travelers strike such a common chord that her book, believe it or not, has been made into an off-Broadway show.
I've been naked here in Pittsburgh ever since my luggage got lost.
There's a problem you can relate to, although I don't know if you've ever had to sing about it on stage, but Wendy Perrin is joining me now. It's good to have you here.
Great to be here, thanks.
Some of the things, we all have our own sort of ways of playing the system, or things that we think work pretty well. But I'm very struck by some of the things that you talk about. Number one, the best times to save on airfares, which is tough to do right now.
That's right. There are traditionally 3 times of the year when the biggest airfare sales occur, and that's in late May or early June, in late August, and also during the window between Thanksgiving and Christmas, because those are times when business travelers aren't traveling so much and the airlines are dropping fares in order to lure in the vacationers.
If you should be up, get up. Donna Hanover's here. Good morning, Donna.
Good morning, Lynn. And, you know, this is an interesting season for travel for people. You know, the bulk of the holiday travel is over, but there are great deals to be had. However, there are great disasters to be had as well. And with us is Wendy Perrin, who is the author of Secrets Every Smart Traveler Should Know. She is actually the consumer news editor of Condé Nast Traveler magazine. And is this true? You have investigated more than 10,000 travel disasters?
You bet.
You should have
and
a
at the end of that, you become scared to travel. You're paranoid about all the crazy things that can happen to you out there.
Okay, hit us with a couple of the worst disasters in summary form.
I'd say, one outrageous one. These people came to me. They had rented a villa, a luxury, fully furnished, gorgeous villa down in the Caribbean from the tourist board of that country. They got down there. They paid a whopping amount of money, got down there, and the place was a construction site. Cinder blocks, rubble, it was uninhabitable. So they went to a hotel. They demanded their money back from the tourist board, didn't get anywhere, spent a huge amount of money on hotel bills. You know, it was during the holidays. Finally came to us. We investigated it. The tourist board gave us the runaround. We went to the governor of the country, demanded that you know, they give him some kind of compensation, and we ended up actually getting a full refund for the entire cost of his trip.
Is the message stay home?
No, the message is not stay home, but it's definitely take precautions. I mean, there are so many little things that people can do to make sure that they avoid common travel problems. I mean, for instance, this may sound obvious, but pay with a credit card. If you pay with a credit card, then if you don't get what you were promised, if you get to the hotel and you were promised an ocean view room and what you got was something, you know, in the back overlooking the village dump, then you can write to the credit card and dispute the charge, and hopefully they'll help you get your money back.
Right, that's happened to me with a hotel before, and so it is very useful to pay with a credit card. You know, you can, as you flip through this book, there are 1,000 things in here that could help anybody. Booking an overseas rental, the importance of insurance, getting on the wrong cruise, what you have to do when you have to cancel, just a ton of advice.
Oh,
now, have you personally experienced some of these disasters?
I actually somehow seem to, experience a lot. In fact, I flew to Burlington, Vermont in the middle of that ice storm this past weekend. Mine was the only flight that made it to the airport somehow, so I do have a lot of travel luck as well.
You have a little angel on your shoulder. Here's another one, learning to speak brochurese.
Oh, that's right. I mean, brochures can get you in a lot of trouble because, you know, they often use this language. What the brochure says and what the brochure means can be two very different things.
And they can make a puddle look like an Olympic-sized swimming pool with the photography.
Oh, yeah. They can make a broom closet look like a bedroom. Exactly. They use those wide-angle lenses. And you really have to be very careful. I mean, for instance, ocean front does not mean ocean view does not mean ocean front. There are two different things. One is a room on the ocean. The other one, you have to stand on top of the radiator and, you know, crane your neck, you know, just to glimpse the water.
Now, this book will tell you how to avoid such disasters. But I understand that you have been victimized in another way. You have a little brother. Tell us about your little brother and what he did.
Well, boys will be boys. He's gone and produced. He's a theatrical producer with a string of successful shows, and he's gone and produced this new off-Broadway hit based on the book. It's got the same title. It's called Secrets Every Smart Traveler Should Know, and it's really a parody. It's all about the crazy, outrageous things that happen to you when you travel.
Now, we're showing a little bit of video. Apparently, especially your business travelers, your frequent flyers, are just dying with laughter at this show.
Oh, yeah. Frequent frequent travelers love it because they're the ones who experience all these pitfalls all the times. They're the ones who get detained in customs. They're the ones whose luggage gets lost by the airlines. And so when they come to the show and they hear these hilarious songs about these crazy things that happen to you, they just fall on the floor laughing. And the critics have given it fabulous reviews.
Yeah, and it's at the Triad Theater on West 72nd Street.
That's right.
And 8 o'clock during the weeknights.
8 o'clock, and then on Saturdays and Sundays there are 2 shows in the afternoon and then the evening.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say that lost luggage would be another one that you've got to buy this book either to prevent it or to figure out what to do about it.
Absolutely. Yes, in this day and age when they're cracking down on carry-on luggage and they're forcing you to check more, it's really important to take precautions there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, glad to have you with us, Wendy.
Great to be here.
Really,
Thanks.
really valuable advice. I'm surprised you're still on the road, my dear.
Well,
I know the
with a little
rewards.
trepidation, but you know, I try.
The rewards are well worth it. I think.
Absolutely.
Okay, the book is Secrets Every Smart Traveler Should Know. Really a nice book. Thank you very much,
Thank
Wendy.
you so much. A pleasure to meet you.
This is the Fox 5 10 o'clock news.
If you'd like a workout for your mind or you want to pump up your funny bone, check out the new off-Broadway musical called Secrets. Stewart Klein did.
This is a sharp and funny review with songs poking fun at the perils of travel. I laughed continuously with this number about a trip to a tropical volcano.
We used to wicky wacky woo. Now our wick is caught. And my woo is true. It is love. It's red I love.
A love song to Uzbekistan.
Though nobody's young in this slum they've been flung in, they seem to make do in their houses of dung. There's nothing to flush in the state that was Russian, and please be aware that there's nothing to flush in Uzbekistan.
The problems of getting through customs.
I've got two alligators from the Brazilian swamp. Testy little chimpanzee that screeches, bites and stumps. Other from the Maldives, a crow from Kathmandu, a cockroach from a Hudson Timbuktu. A little baby llama from the mountains of Tibet. 6 or 7 ostrich eggs that have not hatched quite yet. Mosquitoes from Botswana, a parrot from Peru. You won't let me through.
Secrets has a nice dash of wit and pizzazz, and most of all, it's fun. Stewart Klein for Fox 5 News.
Frequent travelers know there is nothing funny about on-the-road disasters and mishaps, but a theatrical producer has managed to find enough humor in travel disasters for an off-Broadway musical. Kevin McCullough takes a look.
From luggage snafus to a European vacation gone awry, travel debacles are all part of life on the road. And they're now part of an off-Broadway musical review called Secrets Every Smart Traveler Should Know. It's the byproduct of a Condé Nast Traveler magazine column that's been turned into a Fodor's travel guide.
Over the years, we collected so many just crazy travel nightmares and funny anecdotes from our readers, and we collected so much advice that we thought we should share with the world that we just decided to sort of compile, you know, all of these funny anecdotes and crazy stories and advice into a book.
This New York theatrical producer found the real-life material humorous enough for the stage.
The stories were so ridiculous. Stories about people who rented a villa in Mexico for a week and arrived and it was an empty lot. People who rented a car in Europe for 2 days and had a $7,000 drop-off fee.
The skits show the lighter side of familiar travel-related frustrations like going through customs.
I'm getting angry. I will have to be refrained. Yes, I've read the regulations. What would the problem be? Why, oh, why are you taking?
Or wrestling with an airline's automated attendant. For some, the performance really hit home.
Well, everything that happened to me has been on the stage tonight.
You could really get the flavor of travel and the experience that the passengers have.
Most people that have done any amount of traveling, you know, the lost luggage stuff was terrific.
Others had some of their own travel-related ills.
upon takeoff, we flew into a flock of seagulls, and they took off part of the engine and actually damaged it, and we had to jettison fuel and return home.
If you've survived a travel nightmare, it may not have seemed funny at the time, but you're sure to get a laugh this time around. For NBC News, I'm Kevin McCullough.
So, if you become the victim of flight cancellation or involuntary bumping, tickets to that show are half price.
It's not a bad deal at all.
And first up, you've read the book, now see the musical. Secrets Every Smart Traveler Should Know by Condé Nast's Wendy Perrin is now an off-Broadway musical at New York's Triad Theater. And even if you haven't read the book, which highly recommends API Travel Consultants, by the way, you and your clients are sure to enjoy this lively parody of our obsession with travel.
Hurts. Feels better. Hurts. Feels better than any other rental car. Hurts. Girl, one will tell you what the add-ons are. Free unlimited mileage vacations and English spoken at your appeal.
The musical version of Wendy's book is a real family affair, brought to the stage by Wendy's brother, Scott Perrin, a veteran producer, and features a well-known cast of performers. It's an entertaining addition to any New York visit and is getting lots of attention in the local media. A series of songs, musical numbers, and sketches explore the question, why are we so in love with travel that we're willing to endure delays, lost bags, and bad food around the world? You and your clients will enjoy learning the answers and pick up a few savvy traveler tips along the way.
I think the more you travel, the more you're going to love the show. That's what I've seen over and over. People who are frequent travelers absolutely adore it because they're so familiar with everything that happens when you travel. All the things that go right, all the things that go wrong, all the craziness that goes along with it, and what it means to have a real passion for travel. I mean, this show is really for people who love to travel, who do it a lot, and who just get a real kick out of these funny travel situations that occur.
Tickets for Secrets Every Smart Traveler Should Know may be purchased in advance at a 20% discount through December 15th. Recommend this funny and fun play to your New York City holiday travelers. And by the way, Wendy reports that book sales at the theater are brisk, so you might be getting some new clients to boot.
Hi, and welcome to Jamie deRoy and Friends. We're here at the Triad for the opening night of Secrets Every Smart Traveler Should Know. And every smart traveler should know about this show. And theatergoer, it is such a delight. It brings you back to the old days of the Julius Monk reviews and the upstairs at the downstairs. So we're going to talk to some of the actors. Jay Leonard, 2 songs in this review. This is pretty impressive, and you do them so well.
Well, thank you, darling. If you could have seen how I first did them, doing them on a Broadway for backers, backers who have put up some money for this, and you're walking out, and all of a sudden it's like, they're looking at you like, you better do this perfect. It took me 2 weeks to learn to do my own songs correctly on the stage.
And you said there were a lot of songs that came out?
Well, yes, a lot of songs got cut, and I'm doing a whole show based on the songs that got cut from the show. It'd be fun for me.
I think it'd be great, but you'll probably never remember them, do you think?
No, we know this. We know this. Me, remember?
But
anyway.
To me, that's part of your charm, Jay.
Yes, it's a charming thing, and I love it.
Not only does Jay play bass in the show, but has 2 solos, has, written so many songs over the years.
Yes.
It's really kind of your pet project.
Yes,
right?
exactly. I mean, I am a musician first, but I spend a lot of time writing songs, it seems, and performing them. What are you going to do?
I think just keep doing it.
Thank you, darling. I will, sweetheart.
We wish you a very long run with this show.
Baby, that'd be great. We just might get some.
I think you will.
Thank you.
May it have the success of Forbidden Broadway.
Yeah, well, I think that's what they're sort of thinking about.
Right.
I'm thinking about it.
You want to check my briefcase? Go ahead now, please. What are these? Nothing, just Persian bugs, please. Catfish from Cambodia, flounder from the Seine, alfalfa from the Western China.
This is Barry Creighton, who wrote all the sketches in the review, and I thought they were so delightful.
Thank you very much. Did you know Private Lives before
I
you came in?
knew it was a spoof on Private Lives, and it was perfect.
Great.
So funny. Well, we had seen it not too long ago in a revival, so
That's right.
was. And how did you get involved with all this crew?
Well, I've known the people who put the show together for a long, long time. I've known Scott Perrin since he was a very small child. His mother I've known for a little longer. They know my material because I've played Leslie's material. She's known my material for a long time, and it just seemed to fall into place that since I'm living in this country now, that they should ask me for some sketches. So
and are you from England originally?
I was born in Australia.
Australia? I can never tell the difference.
Well, one's down there and the other one's up there.
In the accent.
Yes.
If you listen long enough, maybe.
Right.
Well, we welcome, because
Thank
what a
you.
welcome.
Thank
You know, I mean, we're so used to seeing
Weren't they great, those
reviews.
kids? Weren't they just
They're fabulous.
superb? They're so talented. I think I'm just so impressed by everything they did tonight.
Well, I was very impressed with your writing, and
Thank
it
you
was
very
really a joy to see it. It brings me back to the old Julius Monk days of when we had.
What good days.
Yes.
What good days.
And we miss those, so we hope you do many more of these reviews in the spoken word. And you've just moved to town from where?
From Minneapolis, St. Paul.
And you just
Minnesota.
landed this job just like that?
Yeah, miraculously enough, I did.
Well, that's the actress's dream.
It is. It has been, definitely. I mean, and to be able to work with these guys, it's been a blast. We've had a good time, and it's been, the show's been constantly changing and evolving, and somehow it wound up what it is tonight, and we're pretty happy about it.
Well, it's totally delightful.
Thank you.
And you get to sing one of my favorite writer songs, Barry Klein.
Oh, Barry, yeah, that's the newest song to the show. That's our newest addition. It joined us as recently as last night.
Last night. This is originally written for Marsha Lewis, and then reworked.
Give that red-haired girl a song, and that's what I got. And I couldn't be happier. I love it. I love Barry's song.
Well, I wish you the very best with this wonderful review.
Thank you.
And we hope we'll see you for a very long run here.
Well, I hope so too.
I stand and address me and Federal Express me, and next week I'm gonna be next. So thank you for coming. I'll talk to you soon. I hope that this won't come between us. I'm off to do Lost in the Stars on the moon and One Touch of Venus on Venus.
Barry Kleinbord, who wears many, many hats, but tonight he's wearing the hat as writer of a wonderful song, I Get Around.
Right, thank you.
Which I understand was just put in the show last night.
Last night was the first night it went in, yeah. And Liz McConaughey did a great job with it, and I was so impressed that she learned it in 2 days.
Wow. Now this song really was Marsha Lewis's kind of...
It was originally written for Marsha Lewis. I got a call from Patrick Quinn, the director, and he said, actually, it's funny how these things happen. I had written a parody of Ring Them Bells for Karen Mason to do at a roast, and Patrick Quinn, the director, called an agent wanting to know if he knew any funny writers, and the agent said, I just heard this parody, and he said, you should call this guy up. He writes funny songs. Patrick called me, I played him I Get Around, and it went into the show immediately. So so it's kind of thrilling, and I rewrote some of it for Liz to do. And so I'm thrilled.
I think it's great. I hope it starts a whole, slew of these kind of reviews. This is the first review that I think I've seen that really did remind me of the Plaza 9 reviews and Upstairs at the Downstairs.
You have to understand that all of those reviews, the Julius Monk reviews, all the great traditions at the Leonard Stillman reviews, they were great places for writers to have their material heard, and for producers, directors, stars to hear songs and to say, gee, I love what that says. I'd love to get in contact with the writer. We don't have, other than the MAC showcases and things like that, we really don't have places where those songs are being heard nowadays. And so it's wonderful. You get to have one number in a show like this, you never know who's going to come see it.
I think it's great. I mean, Martin Charnan actually did it with Upstairs at O'Neill's.
Right.
But Martin Charnan was writing for reviews, when the Julius Monk things were going on.
He had numbers in the Julius Monk reviews. And don't forget, Upstairs at O'Neill's was in 1982.
Yes.
So, there's a gap between reviews.
And I hope it starts a trend.
I think it would be great if it came back.
Well, let's put a review together, Barry.
Jamie, aren't we both busy easy enough as it is. But okay, I'll put it on the plate.
All right, you put it on the calendar. We'll get to it in
1999.
99, exactly, because otherwise we're going to go to 2000.
Exactly. Look for our Millennium Review.
Stan Freeman, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, this was just a triumph tonight. And welcome back to New York.
Good to be here always. My home, my original home.
You know, this sort of brings me back to, I mean, I know you wrote some special material years ago for Betty Rhodes.
Right.
You know, it's that kind of special material that is appearing in this show tonight.
Yeah, I don't know where else you get it anymore. You know, there are no other reviews around. And cabaret people really don't use much special. They use popular songs, you know, standards. But yeah, no, it's a good chance to do that, to hear it, to write it. Sure.
Now, I went up to Connecticut, Westport Country Playhouse, to hear Stan do his one-person show on Oscar Levant. It was so brilliant. Are you still doing this show?
I do it less as the years go on. I've been doing it for about 12 years. I did it recently in Florida, in Sarasota. Excuse me. UCLA, sporadically, not as much as I did. But yeah, I've been doing it for quite a while, and as the years go on, it gets less, as most things do, you know.
Well, it was a brilliant performance, and after your performance, I felt like I absolutely knew this man.
Good. That's the idea.
But this is a terrific evening, and I really wish you the very, very best with it. And I do special material, so you can write one for me.
Okay. Now that this is over, we'll talk.
Okay.
Can we talk?
They sent the black one to Milwaukee when I took off from JFK. It's caused me so much aggravation that I still can't count the cost. I've been naked here in Pittsburgh ever since my luggage got lost.
Haven't we all?
Yes.
Losing our luggage.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible.
So how did you get involved in this cocoon of talent, which is certainly a major talent pool?
Well, let me see. 2.5 weeks ago, on a Friday night, I was planning an evening of baseball watching on television and having some friends over. I got a phone call from Scott Perrin, the producer, and he asked me if I'd like to be in his show and could I start tomorrow morning at 10. They had lost someone, and then they got another guy in, and he lasted 7 hours. And so what happened was the man who choreographed the number we do called Red Hot Lava is Michael Lichtenfeld, who choreographed The Secret Garden on Broadway and other sensational things. And Michael is a very good friend of our director. Very best friend of our director. And Patrick was on the phone and said, I am beside myself. I don't know what to do. Where am I going to find somebody to do this job? And Michael said, call James DeRoy.
Well, I never would have in a million years thought that you just came into this 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I am really impressed now.
I did. My cat's really mad at me. I mean, I'm sending my laundry out and I'm bringing my meals in. I've just been rehearsing and then going home cramming on the show, but it's worth it. It's worth it. You know?
Well, we wish you the best. You're just terrific. The whole show is terrific.
Thank you.
And secrets every smart traveler should know is something that every smart theater goer should know about too, and come and see it. Well, James, terrific. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So cute and handsome. Oh, can I adopt you?
I slept